Before you decide to keep waiting on the Boulder County real estate market, watch this. Rates are up, inventory is up, and everyone online is telling you a crash is coming. And even if you just hold out for a little while longer. So you wait, I get it. But here is what nobody is telling you. The two things you're waiting for, rates to come down and prices to come down, are working directly against one another. When it arrives, it destroys the other. And by the time it becomes obvious, the window you wanted is gone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all the 3 myths that are keeping buyers on the fence right now. I'll show you what the data actually says and what I'm seeing in and across the greater Boulder County area. Hey real estate friends, my name is Mike Gold. I'm with RE/MAX Alliance and I work with home buyers and sellers in and across the Boulder County and greater Front Range area. And so you know, I'm not watching this from a national newsroom. I'm really in the middle of real estate transactions every week. And this is what I'm actually seeing. First, this is what no one tells you about waiting for mortgage rates to drop. The number you're waiting for doesn't exist in any credible forecast right now. The rate conversation I'm having consistently right now goes like this. Mike, I'll buy when rates come down. And I ask, down to where? And almost always that number is 5%. That's the number that's sitting in buyers' head right now as the threshold of what makes sense to them to move. But here's what I need for you to understand. The consensus forecast across the mortgage industry is that rates are going to be staying in the low 6% range through 2026. Not 5%, not below 6%, the low 6s. That's not a blip. That's where the data says we are for the foreseeable future. And while you're waiting for a number that may not arrive this year or maybe next, 2 things are happening. First, you're more than likely still paying rent and developing 0 equity. Second, the home you're watching right now with choices, negotiating room, without 15 other offers is going to look very different the moment the rate sentiment shifts. The play that smart buyers are using right now is relatively straightforward. Buy when the numbers work for your budget and refinance when the rates come down. Or better yet, utilize the inventory to be able to negotiate a better purchase price and utilize 2-1 or 3-1 interest rate buydowns. But more for that on another video. Again, with regards to the interest rate, you're not locked in forever. You have choices. You can go back and change the rate, but you can't change the equity you didn't build while you were waiting. Now, if you're waiting for that 5% interest rate in 2026, you're waiting for a forecast that doesn't exist in any credible projection that I have seen. But when your budget works, refinance when the rates fall, or utilize an equity play that you can negotiate from the seller today. Now, let's talk about inventory. That's also a real logic trap that I'm seeing that will start to close. You see, the rise in inventory isn't necessarily a signal that buyers think it is, and here's why. So you have finally figured out that more inventory in Boulder County doesn't exactly mean lower prices, and maybe now the real estate market is starting to make some sense. So here's what most buyers are seeing. More homes on the market means that they sit a little longer, and the sellers are going to be willing to negotiate more than they were 2 to 3 years ago. And the logical conclusion is supply is rising, so prices will come down. I will wait. But here is what is actually driving that inventory number. High rates have cooled buyer demand. When buyers step back, homes sit longer. When homes sit longer, the active inventory count goes up. That's not more sellers flooding the market. It's the fact that buyers who would normally absorb that inventory are sitting on the fence with you. But the moment rates come down, even modestly, it seems to change overnight. All the buyers that were waiting to come back into the market do so simultaneously. That inventory gets gobbled up. And the choices that you have right now, the homes that you can look at with a normal timeline and potentially an equity play to negotiate a better interest rate, well, that window closes. And even with the year-to-year gains that we've seen right now, we're almost 14% below where inventory was in the last normal market cycle. That's 2017 to 2019. Only 9 other states have more supply than during the pre-pandemic. Colorado is not one of them. The inventory that you're seeing isn't a signal to wait, it's an opportunity that you've been waiting for. The inventory is up because buyers like you are on the fence. When you come back, and you will when rates move, so does everyone else, and all at once. So that window that you're looking through right now, well, when rates go down, it can close and do so quickly. So let me set the table for you. We've got buyers waiting for the rates and for inventory to collectively push prices down. The third myth is the one that we're driving the most dramatic content online, and it's the one I want to be really direct about. Stop making this mistake in the housing market, trying to time the bottom. Here's why the buyers who wait for the crash almost always miss it. Now, I hear this one a lot. Mike, I'm gonna wait till the market crashes and then buy at the bottom. And I understand the appeal. If you wanna time it, you'll win big. The problem is, most people don't time it perfectly. When the market is in a real period of uncertainty, it's like a roller coaster. Everyone's got their hands up and no one knows when the bottom is going to be there. But the moment you see the bottom clearly, you're already click, 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 going back up. And more importantly, the conditions for a real estate crash just aren't present in Boulder County right now. A crash requires a flood of overwhelming supply, distressed sellers, widespread foreclosures, collapsing buyer interest, all hitting at once. What we have right now is a pause. Buyers are holding because of interest rate sensitivity. Sellers are not cutting the price dramatically, and that's a market that's cooling without collapsing. Even in the markets nationally that are seeing price declines, those drops haven't come close to erasing 5 years of appreciation. Markets that are down right now are still 10 to 20 and sometimes 40% higher than they were in 2021. That's not a crash. That's a market moderating after a few years of extraordinary gains. And betting on a crash in one of the country's most fundamentally sound housing markets is an ultra low probability bet with a real cost if you're wrong. When the market is crashing, it feels like a roller coaster and no one knows when it stops. When it stops, everyone knows at the same time. And then the time to act is usually too late. You don't time the bottom. You buy when the fundamentals make sense for your situation. So in closing, here's what I want you to take away from this. The market has paused. That's real. Rates have moved fast, buyers have pulled back, and the signals are confusing. But the pause is creating something buyers haven't had in a few years. Choices and negotiating room. Plus, the time to make a thoughtful decision without 17 other offers forcing your hand. The two things most buyers are waiting for, rate relief and lower prices, are working against each other. When it comes, one absorbs the other. The buyers who recognize and move now while inventory is available and competition is cooled are buying ahead of the curve. If you'd like to have a conversation of what buying actually looks like for your specific situation in and across the Front Range and greater Denver Boulder area, I welcome the opportunity to sit down with you. Additionally, I put out Front Range real estate market intel every week. It's the kind of local data that you're not going to find from a national subscribed real estate site. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.